Hi everyone, my name is Marnie Blair and I am a white settler living in Treaty 7, Treaty 6, Métis ancestral lands, and the gathering place of many Indigenous people. I'm a print media artist and my current focus is the recontextualization of early modern visual representations of the anatomical body. So this is from the 14th to 18th century. I make drawings based on existing medical illustrations that employ paper engineering to create flap anatomy that becomes performative for its audience. This piece is in the show. It is Chart 2 Mannequin, and it's a 10-piece painted woodcut that is 4 by 8 feet. It was created digitally with the CNC router and presented in an analog format. Surgical rods enable the viewer to deconstitute and reconstitute the work so that it becomes a performative object, much like early paper flap anatomy. The viewer can extract, implant, and rearrange organs. So flipping a flap or moving an organ is similar to repeating a dissection. Fabrica, torso of a hanged woman. So the cadaver that was examined for this early medical illustration she would have been an executed criminal and from a low socioeconomic background. So cadavers were sourced from public hangings, grave robbing, and the slave trade. So for this piece, I wanted to make a monument or to monumentalize this anonymous woman. So all 4 pieces in the exhibition that I have created, I aim to deconstruct early modern flap anatomy from a distinctly female point of view.
My name is Susan Cazzo, and I live on an acreage south of Spruce Grove. I primarily work in graphite pencil and colored pencil. My inspiration comes from a combination of things. Most often it is the textures and the lighting, as well as the subject matter, that make me want to pick up my pencil and draw. I work for my own photographs, and my subject matter does vary. Usually it's nature drawings, prairie scenes, or portraiture. Alberta settings, especially the family farm, are very meaningful to me. I feel that the storytelling aspect of art is extremely important, and this is especially true when it comes to the portrait or the figure in relaying personality and creating a mood. I've always loved to draw. I graduated from the Alberta College of Art and Design, and then I worked for several years in the field of graphic design. And when my children were small, then I turned back again to my drawing and focused primarily on that. I enjoy creating my own work, and I do show in local galleries, but I also find a lot of satisfaction in sharing my knowledge with my students. During the pandemic, I feel that perhaps people are searching for a new source of happiness, and whether that be artists creating art or people just having an appreciation of art. I think it has led them to search for new things to see, new things to make them feel better.
Hello, my name is Claudette McLean. Welcome to my studio. It's so nice to address you this way. I would like to thank the Multicultural Heritage Centre in Stony Plain for making this happen. As a native Albertan, my art is inspired by the wide open countryside and the big blue Alberta sky. I am fortunate to have observed at Lakeside for over 60 years, as I live at the same lake I grew up at. COVID-19 has forced artists to find creative ways to exhibit our works and to connect with our patrons. The internet and these videos have become an essential part of our practices. I hope you feel the same love of and awe for nature as you observe my work that I feel when I paint it.
My name is Ellie Schuster, and I have been a sculptor since the turn of the century. My preferred medium is clay, and I did begin as a figurative sculptor and then moved into exploring the face and became a portrait artist. But my roots are with the body and in figurative work. This Body Beautiful exhibition is an opportunity for me to showcase one of my really special pieces, and that is 1 month shy. As a mom, I've been pregnant twice myself, and it was an extreme privilege to be able to sculpt a model who herself was pregnant, to be able to look at the figure through the eyes of somebody who has been there, been pregnant, and looking at the body through a lens that is both something that's very visceral. I remember how it felt, and I remember how I looked, and then being able to see someone else and be able to look at and explore how the body changes and stretches and grows. And then your brain says, well, that's not what it should look like. But your eyes say, yes, but that's what I'm seeing. And it became a really profoundly deep experience for me. So I am amazingly grateful to the model who gave me the privilege of sculpting her body and being able to put it into this show. I have to say what I really miss about COVID is being in the presence of a model, sculpting with my fellow sculptors and the camaraderie that comes with that, but the ability to challenge myself through figurative sculpture, which really is in itself an amazing experience.
My name is Benjamin Riley. I live in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I'm a body positive artist. My work primarily focuses on digital illustrations that focus on the body positive movement and representing bodies that aren't seen typically in media or artwork. This all began back in 2016 when I was invited to be a part of a politically charged art exhibition where I depicted a larger bodied individual or normal body lounging on the backdrop of the redacted document of the Constitution. The feedback I received from this piece inspired me to open up an Instagram account where I would focus on the body positive movement and continue the series. This Instagram account focused on depicting people who aren't the status quo of what would be seen on magazine covers or in the media. Within the last 2 years, I ended up building a following where I was able to make commissions and really show real people who commissioned me with their real bodies as artwork. And the feedback I received from that, when a client ends up receiving their art piece, there's nothing better than that. I think with COVID, it's interesting because I think artists have come out on top over everyone in our society. They were able to hunker down, hone on their craft. I'm speaking for myself, but I know several other artists who have able to really turn lemons into lemonade. My final thoughts are that I'm incredibly grateful and blessed that I have such amazing following that allow me to be a better artist each and every day, while at the same time allowing myself to help them connect those feelings that they've lost with themselves and make them feel beautiful as well.